What's up, guys? So today we've got the co-founder of Yardbooks. It's a lawn care software, so I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to do a little interview. He's going to show you guys around the software, everything you need to know. And if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I will send them on over to them and see if we can't get them answered. So we're always here, happy to help, and they're awesome. They're always happy to help you guys if you have any more questions. So let's get started right into it. Make sure you guys give it a huge thumbs up and check them out. I'm going to leave their website in the description down below. And if you guys have any questions, just email them, call them. They'll be happy to help you guys out. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview.
Hey Blake, I'm glad to be here talking with you. I am Brian Gamido. I am the co-founder of Yardbook. We've been running this application for over a year. Just at a high level, Yardbook is an online application that lets landscapers and lawn professionals better manage their customer schedules and billing. And the entire thinking is, hey, let's provide powerful software tools for a lot of these companies that will allow them to really efficiently run their business. So that is what Yardbook is at the highest level. At the feature level, we provide various things like invoicing, estimating, job scheduling, billing, payments, and a whole host of other features. And again, the idea is just to add value to all the different lawn care companies out there in the industry today.
Sweet. So I think right now what I'd like to see is just kind of like a little tour of just getting to know the software, and then any helpful tips, hints, things to get us started and get the ball rolling once we get into the software.
And then kind of walk you through some of the different features and flows. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
So with that, let me bring up the screen share. Okay, cool, perfect. So what you're seeing here, we'll just take a quick run through the software. This is the Yardbook homepage. You can get a lot of information from our website, including what's included in the software and how it helps your business. As you can see, over 10,000 companies are currently using the software, so we're really happy and proud that we're adding value to a lot of the companies already in the industry. And just to kick the tires, I think one thing that I just wanted to point out was we've designed the demo experience so that any user who goes online can quickly kick the tires and get a good sense of the look and feel of the program without signing up, without entering an email address or phone number, and that was pretty important to us. We thought it would just be a good way for folks to check out the software. So to do so, if you're a user, you just scroll down on the webpage, you click this button that says View Demo Account, and what you're going to see is a demo account pre-populated with a lot of data, so you can start playing around on the look and the feel. So I think the first thing that I might point out is if you click on the dashboard, what this shows you is it's a single snapshot of your company and your business. As you can see, you can check out some of the new customers maybe you've added to the system, some of the estimates you may have in the pipeline, invoices that you've sent out already and are waiting to get payment for, and even the payments that you received. So it's just a simple, clean design to get that snapshot of your business. But let's go down a use case. So say you ran some marketing campaigns, you got a customer or a prospect to eventually call you up. How do you go about entering that into the system? So for that, all you have to do is go to that customer page, you add a customer, and let's just make an example. So let's make a customer, his name is Joe Blow. Email is optional, so let's say he's Joe Blow at gmail.com, and let's enter in his address. So and as you can see, it's pretty easy to enter in anybody. It's autocomplete. It's pulling in from a couple different APIs. So once you start typing, you're going to get a lot of examples or potential matches. All you got to do is click on that, and you can see all the additional information populates for you. It knows the city and the zip code. After that, you have to do is save that customer. And after you save that customer, he's already in your system, and again, you kind of get that snapshot of the different details for that customer. How many properties he has, if you already sent estimates, have you invoiced them, has he paid, and any additional notes, including how do you get on, how do you unlock the gate, and so on and so forth. But in our example, say that Joe Blow called you on the phone and you want to quickly estimate what it might cost you to service his lawn, to just cut his grass. So we made that really easy for you as well. So all you got to do is, from this screen, click estimate. And from there, you can see this really nice interface. Your company information, this is an example, is already populated under company info. The customer info is also populated based on the information that you entered in. And then it's just a matter of adding an item. So say Joe Blow called you up and is interested in you mowing his lawn or cutting his grass. So another key thing to point out is you can easily add items to this estimate. So click on add items, and you can automatically see that we actually pre-populate a standard catalog for you. So based on all of our existing customers, we know to a large degree on what the standard services are, and we have that teed up for you so you don't have to recreate the wheel, so to speak. But it's also key to note that you can always customize this. So say that you have a special service with a special price. It is fully customizable, but we wanted to get you up and running as fast as possible. As I mentioned, let's look for the grass cutting service. And as you can see, it brings it up pretty quickly. We pre-populated a price of $100, so let's just add that. So you can see grass cutting here, it was added. It was actually added twice, so I'm just going to delete one of those service items. And we also added the feature of, say in the past that Joe Blow is a couple miles away, but you really want to get a good sense on what the property looks like, and just get a better sense of maybe the nuances of what he might want. Is there a lot of trees? Are there leaves? Is the curvature of his lawn really curvy and it might entail a lot more work? So we give you that ability by getting and pulling up an aerial view and actually measuring his lot from the comfort of your own home. So how you do that is you scroll down on that estimate page. You then click lot measurement. So we'll add a lot measurement. So here you get an aerial view of Joe Blow's property. You can zoom in and then get a really accurate estimate of what the lawn looks like from the top view, and also how many square feet that lawn might be. So all you got to do is start clicking around the lawn. So for this, I start clicking different corners of the lawn, and then you can adjust it. So maybe you want to make this pretty accurate and make sure that you're covering exactly what his lawn is sized for. And you can see automatically you can have a pretty accurate estimate of 700 square feet, and you can save that to this estimate. So for the name, I'm just going to name this front yard and click save. But you also probably notice that he has a backyard, so we also enable you to add a couple different portions or components of his lawn. So we're just going to add his back lawn in this example. So measurements, same view, you get a top-down view. You can scroll, and let's just add this lawn back here. And again, it's just a couple clicks, and you can get a really good, precise measurement of what his lawn is. And you can visually see not a lot of trees. It's not going to be overly complex, and that's good to know walking in without even visiting the property. Mm-hmm. So here, we see that the backyard is about 2,300 square feet, and let's just save that as the backyard. So as you can see, from the lot measurements, we have this tag to the property, and now we have a good sense that this lawn surface area is about 3,000 square feet, so we can adjust our price. So our standard price is maybe $100. based on our new precise or more precise measurement, maybe let's just adjust that to $115. We make that pretty easy to do. So based on that, I think the next step is to send the estimate to the customer. And you can do that with another click of the button. So you just click on Actions, send to customer. You could print it or email it. Click on email. As you can see, his email address automatically populates with a standard message. You can customize this message and also customize your PDF. So if you click on that PDF, just so you get a look and feel of what he's going to get, you can choose a background. Let's go with a standard white background. And this is what Joe Blow will see. Very professional, very clean. Again, it's clearly marked as an estimate. Here's your company. Here's your prospect. And again, here is the detailed estimate, including taxes that you just teed up for him. So we tried to make that as simple as possible. If that looks good, you just click send email, and it is in Joe Blow's inbox from there. And as you can kind of see, I think we wanted to streamline that process. Maybe what would have taken half a day of you jumping off the phone from Joe Blow, driving to his property, having that conversation, walking around, we've enabled you hopefully to provide a really detailed estimates with a couple clicks. And that's what we've designed this around.
So, is the aerial view mostly for you, or can you send that with the invoice? Is there any way to do that?
Yeah, there is a way. So I think it is mainly for your view, but we also allow you to tag on notes and attachments.
Okay.
So what you can do is, based on that, if you want to show him actually kind of what you were measuring out, you can then add that as a note and or attachment, and then he'll get that view just so he confirms that you're looking at the right areas.
Yeah. That's nice.
Awesome. So I guess the next step in this kind of simple workflow is now let's schedule the job. So you said that is estimate. Joe Blow is very happy, and now he wants to schedule a job with you. So all you got to do is let's go back to the customer view. Let's search for Joe Blow. He quickly comes up. We click on him, and now let's quickly add a job. So you just click on this plus job button. Let's say it's Joe's Mow. And again, this directly pulls from your catalog. You can view your catalog or add to your catalog if you clicked on the catalog button. But since we already populated it, let's put grass cutting as one of those items. I think another key thing to note is there's various levels of detail that you can add to this job. So if you scroll up to this little button, show more on and off, you can click on and you can actually get a lot more detail. You can attach equipment to this job based on equipment you loaded up into the system. You could set it up as recurring. You could have an average duration. You can assign crew members. So as you can see, it gets pretty tied into a lot of other elements of your business. But that's if you want to make this job a little more complex. The standard default is let's just put in front of you that simple job and allow you to save that. So based on that, we can just then save the job. And now you have this job, it's saved. Then you can actually go to the calendar view. If you wanted to, maybe you had a lot of different customers, you had to visit a lot of different properties on that day. Let's get a good view on what your jobs look like for that day, for that week, for that month. For this day, you can see that today you just have this new item that you just added in. We also have a calendar view. So if you wanted to see that calendar, you can see that this is January. You have this clean calendar view. The job that we just added, Joe Blow, is here, and you can easily drag and drop if you wanted to change that. There's as simple as that. Maybe Joe Blow says he's on vacation that day. Can we reschedule for the day later? It's as easy as clicking, dragging, and then dropping.
So
let's keep that for now.
I have a question on this calendar page. So like, let's say we have weekly customer, we cut them on Monday. So when we set that company or that customer, like that mowing up, and then we click that recurring, so that will be on every Monday, and then I can print off a list for all my Monday jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, I think you would just go to that. I think the best way to do that would be going to the jobs section, and then if you set it as recurring, every Monday for this day's view, this Monday service will pop up in your list. But then you could also and always kind of customize that. Say, again, if that Monday doesn't work for either you or the client, you agree on pushing that a day forward or a day late, you could definitely do that, but it will pop up automatically in your schedule view, in your jobs view.
So, like, let's say I have something. So I have five jobs to do on Monday. So when Monday's done, we've done all those jobs. Are those automatically charged if I don't do anything?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I think, like, let's go through that flow. So say you have the job, you just completed it, you can mark it as done, so it's recorded in your records as complete. And then based on that, it's completely up to you. You can then create an invoice based on that, depending on how often you want to invoice. Maybe you want to save the invoice till the end of the month, or you just want to invoice directly after this piece of work. You can then click create invoice. And then based on that, again, it's very similar view to the estimate view, very clean. It has your company info, your customer info. It has the service that you listed out for that job. And then again, any additional notes or attachments you want to add, you can do it from this view. And then from that, it's the simple flow of you're developing a new invoice. Once you send it to the customer, it becomes in pending payment status, and then your customer can pay. So it's easy as sending this invoice to the customer. Again, similar flow. Click on an email. Email auto-populates, pre-baked message, and again, you have that PDF. And if you enabled credit card payments, he can then either, there would be a link here where they can actually pay via their credit card to you.
Okay, so let's say we want to send Joe the invoice at the end of the month. So we've mowed for him 4 times. So when we complete that job and there's no invoice made, at the end of the month, if we go to his account and want to create an invoice, will it automatically know that we mowed him 4 times and have his total ready for the invoice?
Yeah, so I think we, for the customer, you can, to your point, so you can associate as many jobs as you want to an invoice, and you can set that up on that monthly basis. So it does not need to be one job per invoice. Like you mentioned, if you have 4 cuts and then you're just gonna bill Joe at the end of the month, you can then assign those 4 jobs to that invoice, and they're just gonna be listed as line items. So it's gonna be week 1 grass cut, week 2 grass cut, week 3 grass cut, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And they'll just get billed at one time with all of that compiled for you. Yeah, and so I think that's invoicing at the highest level. I think another cool thing just to show you is we have route optimization as well. So for this, I'll actually switch out of the demo account just for example's sake.
Okay.
But this is a set of customers that I have. And let's say for today, Friday, January 29th, we have, say, 10 customers that we know we have to service. But it's sometimes unclear on which route is best to take to service all these guys. So what we can then do is click on this routes button. From there, you get an aerial view. Nothing's added yet. Let's say that we wanted to add all these, the route optimization feature. You can see all of our different jobs for today listed here. To add them to route optimization, I just click route all. And then you see all the customers from a bird's eye view and where they're at. And you can kind of see it's a little hairy, right? You can end up going from customer E to customer F to customer A, but are you actually saving time? Are you actually saving gas? It's not that apparent. So with a click of a button, we make that as easy to do for you. So what you can do is click this optimize button. And with that, it actually leverages some cool algorithm and actually saves you time and money, and schedules and sequences all the different jobs that you have during the day. And that's just a recommendation. You can still, if you have certain timelines that you're going for, you can still rearrange it, but it just provides you with a good starting point on how you might be able to optimize your route, save time, save gas, keep customers happy, and that's the intent. So I think that's it from the highest level, Blake. I think I just wanted to give you and some of the folks out there a look and feel of the platform. Again, our intent is to give you, provide companies with a lot of powerful features, but still easy to use. Can you actually go to the website and within a couple clicks start getting a lot of value out of the platform?
Awesome. That's awesome. I haven't seen a lot of those features, especially with the program I use right now. I haven't seen any features like that. So
yeah, and it's kind of cool. So I think one other thing that we've designed into the system is we're trying to provide landscapers and lawn professionals with a lot of software tools, but we don't want them going to 12 different websites.
Yeah.
We know there's some software out there for invoicing. There's scheduling software. There's job software. There's estimate software, but our vision is actually to provide all those things neatly tied together in one solution, just so you can run your business without a lot of the headaches of dealing with 10 different programs. And that's what we've designed and envisioned Yardbook to be.
that's awesome. So I think if that's the demo, I think I have some questions here, just things to go over and a lot of questions. So
yeah, and actually, so I'll try to fill them as best I can. I think depending on how detailed they get, maybe I can at another point, or maybe now I can pull in my co-founder,
okay,
because he just knows this program like the back of his hand and can probably answer a lot of the details that a lot better than I can, at least.
Okay, sounds good.
So why don't we run through those questions? We can get a sense on if it makes sense to bring in my co-founder for those, and I'll try to answer as much as I can from that level.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I have some of my own questions, and I have some questions from some of the followers here.
Okay.
So I think the biggest question that people have is, I'm pretty sure this is correct, right? So I've had a lot of people ask, how much does it cost? So yeah, how much does it cost?
Yeah, it's free, and we actually get this question. It's probably the most frequent question that we get. So the software is completely free to the lawn pros. It's very mind-blowing, but once they start poking in and realizing that there is no cost, I think it's eye-opening. And the way we explain that is it's similar to Google. So if you think about Google, they provide you this beautiful user experience, this very functional program, but a lot of times you'll see sponsored ads on the side of their experience, and that pays the bills. So as you click through the program, you probably even saw in my screenshots that on the right-hand side, you have those paid sponsored ads, and that has been very effective in allowing us to run the business and innovate and just provide new innovative features to our lawn pros.
Okay.
I think going into the future, it will always be free. So I want to make that point very clear. People who sign up for the program will have a guaranteed lifetime plan for this core functionality. We've gotten a lot of requests for new bells and whistles that will be very helpful. And those optional premium features might have a charge associated with that. But this core functionality that you just saw, all of those features will be free.
Okay. So what about is one of the things, I don't know if we didn't touch on it too much, but is that, can you pay with credit cards so customers can pay with the credit cards?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that we do have integrated in our platform, and that's something that we encourage. So as we talk to a lot of homeowners, they told us that they love the convenience of just typing in their credit card information, sending you the payment without having to deal with checks underneath the doormat or the garage.
Yeah.
So we do enable that feature, and we encourage it for all our lawn pros to actually enable, because it'll make your homeowners and customers even that much more happy.
Yeah. So does that cost money? And I know a lot of people ask about security. Like, how is that secure, and how much gets taken off whatever's charged to it?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So number one, it is very secure. So we've implemented and partnered with enterprise-grade payments processors. So we're partnering with a company called Stripe, who is a big player in the payment space. They charge about 3% per credit card transaction, and we take none of that. So right now it is a clear pass-through. They charge that for processing the credit cards, and that just goes directly to Stripe. But I guess what I would add, Blake, credit cards is an awesome feature. It does cost 3%, but I think it's also very interesting that we recently rolled out a new tipping feature, and from the data that we've looked at, 1 out of 4 customers actually tip the lawn pros, and that's only available if you opened up credit card payments. And the minimum tip amount that we've seen is 5%. So as you can see, that pays for itself and gets you actually more money in your pockets. And it's almost like delivering that experience like you're at the coffee shop.
Yep.
You buy a coffee, and without thinking about it, you leave it. And we've actually delivered that experience to your homeowner, and seen that a lot of them actually do like living tips, because they love your service, you provide great service, and they just want to compensate and thank you for that. So I think that is an awesome benefit for credit cards, and you end up making more money because of it.
Yeah, I would say that, because running around, I mean, it takes time to do the actual job, but running around afterwards and trying to go from house to house, calling people, trying to get a payment, it's just a pain. So that's very nice to be able to have them pay online.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the idea that run your business from the comfort of your own home, minimizing the amount of driving around, collecting payments, estimating. Obviously, you have to do those drive runs when you provide the service, but these other aspects of the business, and that from your home.
Yes, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I had will the Yardbook be free forever? So we've answered that. What kind of reports do you guys have at let's say we've got a year full of invoices and craziness, are there profit loss reports that we can do, things like that?
Yeah, we definitely have a good set of reports on our system, and I'd actually defer that to my co-founder. He can kind of take you through or kind of answer all the detailed reports that we have. Mm-hmm. But I probably couldn't do that justice with you today.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and just so you know, Blake, I'm more of my co-founder is the gifted product and software development guy, and I'm more of the business operations. Mm-hmm. Customer outreach guy. So I think if there's a lot of detailed questions, I'd be happy to take all those. I can kind of bring him in at one point in time, and he can actually walk through all those features maybe at a different time.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And then is there going to be, I don't know if there is or not right now, but is there any iPhone apps, Android apps, anything like that for the software?
Yeah, another great question. So we know that a lot of the lawn pros on our platform are on the go. So we just actually rolled out an Android beta app, and it's pretty awesome. It allows you to go from property to property. It gives you a boiled down version of a lot of what you'd see on the desktop version, but has GPS functionality, allows your crew members to clock in, clock out, has that list of all the different properties you have on the day, and even where to go next. So you have that list. Check this guy off. Where do I gotta go? Okay, it's there. Help me direct. Let me know how to get there. That's all baked into this mobile app. And I would say we just launched the beta Android mobile app. The iOS app is still in the works, but that isn't launched yet.
Okay. So I was talking to somebody, I think over like Snapchat or something, that uses your software, and he said he runs like 400 accounts a week, and he was saying that he uses iPhone, but the website is like mobile friendly, like you can still use the website from your phone, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So, the website is very mobile friendly. It's responsive, but we understand that it's not optimized for the mobile form factor. So we had to make a decision. I think we talked to a lot of our customers. It turned out that a lot of them actually are on the Android platform. So that's why we developed the Android mobile app first.
Okay.
But we do understand we got a lot of requests for a native iPhone app as well. So we're putting that somewhere on the roadmap. We haven't launched it yet, but we definitely acknowledge that a lot of our customers are on iPhone as well and kind of want the native experience, and we'd love to deliver that as well sometime in the future.
Okay. So I think I had a lot of people still asking, about why it's free, and I even brought this up when we were talking. We were live on Periscope last night, kind of talking over it, talking about it. And I said too, like, YouTube is free. Like, all this stuff is free, but because you can put ads on it, and you cleared that up, you mentioned that, yes, because there's an ad on it, that's how you guys get paid, that's how we can use the software.
Yeah, exactly. I think, like I mentioned, it is the most frequently asked questions for us as well. And the main point that I want to get across to you and everybody else is that's why I guess that's the beauty of technology. There's so many cool technology products out there, and because technology is so it's so efficient, there's a lot of good business models out there that enable users to have it for free. And Yardbook is just a really good example of that. Google is another example of that, and those are pretty successful big businesses.
Okay, awesome. I got some people more asking about paying online, and I think we touched a lot on that. That basically, so is it so like let's say I email you an invoice for $40. So will there be a tab on there if I have that enabled that you can click, let's pay with my credit card?
Yeah, it's as easy as that. So as you saw when we sent off that email, the only difference is if you enabled credit card payments, is they'd get that link. And the link is as easy as click on the link, that tipping window, so they're probably going to leave you that 5, 10, 15% tip. And then the next screen is, hey, let me put in my credit card information. There's information how secure it is, because Stripe is a very well-known credit card processing company. Mm-hmm. And within 5 clicks, the money is paid. Stripe does take about 1 to 2 business days to have that money into your account. But we feel it's a lot better than actually hounding down customers and trying to get that physical payment, or even having to deal with those physical checks.
Yes.
We want to make that a headache that you guys never have to deal with again. That's kind of cool. So, like, we're able to get a lot of questions. I didn't even know you had a Snapchat. I'm going to add that, but we're able to interact with a lot of your guys, and I guess get maybe their feedback on the system. Was there any? I'm kind of interested. What was kind of their sense on the folks that you interacted with? Because it's always good learning for us. We make it a point to talk to all our customers. We try to get a better understanding, or the best understanding of what they need, and then bake that into the product. So I'd love to hear, even your thoughts on that.
So I would suggest it to you. So like Periscope, we use Periscope, and it's cool because, like, let's say, so anybody that joins on and follows me and they say, hey, I'm going to make a Periscope, then I can say, okay, and then I'll share it with all my followers so they can go over there and interact with them on whatever they're talking about. So let's say you wanted to take, or had a lot of people asking questions and you wanted to go live, so it'd basically be them commenting, and then you can talk back and answer the questions right there. So that's kind of what we did. A lot of people were just talking about different softwares and things like that, and people brought up about what's the difference between you and QuickBooks, and just from the little demo that you showed us, I mean, QuickBooks I use primarily for, well, I mean, pretty much all it does is for invoicing and keeping track of the things. It doesn't have anything like for the estimating, for the scheduling, anything like that. So I mean, I could pretty much answer that just because of what you showed us.
Yeah, and I think that was one of our design principles as well. QuickBooks is great for a lot of the invoicing and accounting stuff, but there's a lot of things or a lot of places where QuickBooks falls short. And that's where we've developed a lot of these specific workflows for landscapers and lawn pros. But we acknowledge that QuickBooks is a great accounting software. A lot of folks are actually on QuickBooks, and that's why I alluded to the fact that we're developing and rolling out a QuickBooks integration, our system to fill in the gaps where QuickBooks falls short for a landscaper or lawn professional, and that's the scheduling, that's the lot measurement, crew management. But at the same time, we actually acknowledge that QuickBooks is used by a lot of our users. It's a great accounting software. And that's how I alluded to earlier in the conversation. We're building out a QuickBooks integration. We asked for it, and that'll be rolled out in the near future because we acknowledge that they use QuickBooks as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I guess another kind of funny question that we get a lot is what's our background and how do we map up to lawn software? And I guess the origin story is my co-founder Mark, very gifted and talented developer. He worked for Siebel, Oracle, and Yahoo, developing these really powerful applications. But he really wanted to develop something in a space where people didn't have software. We ended up talking to a lot of lawn professionals and landscapers, and it became very clear that a lot of people were still running their businesses on pencil and paper.
Yep.
And just put two and two together, we can develop software. We can just meet this really big need, and that's how kind of Yardbook started. And I would also add that we wanted to make sure that we understood what lawn professionals and landscape companies were going through. So part of our team is we've added a close colleague of ours who actually grew a lawn care business from the ground up. And we constantly ask him, hey, what's needed in this space? How do we actually develop software that is most valuable to the users? And just kind of built it up. And then after that, was just talking to customers. What do you need? What's your biggest pain point, headache? How can we solve that with software? And that's how we've went about building Yardbook.
Yeah, because I mean, QuickBooks is probably the king that everybody uses, before they hear about an individual, but it's not specific to our, jobs. I mean, you know what I mean? So there's no estimating tools like that. Right. And any softwares that I have found, they're mostly geared towards let's run, 20 crews plus, right. And they're super expensive. So I think this is nice for, the people that are running, smaller businesses but need something to keep them in track and keep them on track. So
exactly,
that's
it's
nice.
Good software for the smaller guys who are just getting up and running. You don't need to buy these big, heavy software solutions, and they just want to get up and running tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know if we could go back, but I don't remember. Can you print multiple invoices at a time?
Yeah, that is a feature in our system. You just figure out which invoice you want to print.
Okay.
And print them when you want to print them.
Okay, awesome. Integrate email marketing. I'm not 100% sure. I can't elaborate because I don't know exactly what they mean by that.
Email marketing, I think right now we don't help in the email marketing yet. I think we've heard that a lot of our users do want help with the marketing side of things, and we're considering it. To be honest, nothing is built out yet, but that's a possibility. Okay.
And then the last question was still, we already answered about the iOS app. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's something that we hear loud and clear, so we definitely want to bake that out and roll that out. I guess, Blake, what do you use? Are you an Android guy or an iPhone guy?
I'm an iPhone.
Okay,
yeah.
So based on that, I think we definitely got to roll out this iPhone app in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's all the questions I had for you.
Awesome. Well, Blake, I want to thank you again for the opportunity. I saw your YouTube channel. There's a lot of cool stuff there, and I'm glad just to connect with you, just to chat with you today, and just tell you a little bit more about Yardbook.
Yes, awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna look back through the demo here, and I want to get started on it and see what it's about. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So it's once you start digging, you'll find a lot of things.
And then I've also noticed when I signed up for, I just signed into an account. This is something I thought was nice that a lot of companies don't do. Mostly when they get your email, they're gonna bomb you with trying to upsell you, but you guys actually send out, like I got one the other day that was telling us about, 1 out of 4 customers tip while they pay with credit cards, and I just noticed, I thought that was awesome. I noticed a lot of people don't do that. They don't try to actually help out their customers. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're all about. It's just how do we help you run a better business? We don't want to upsell you because it's free. But any way we can help you and other lawn professionals run their business.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh yeah, there we go. I guess our connection kind of crapped out there.
But yeah, I think that's all I had. I didn't want to leave you with the hang up. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I think that's it.
So stay connected. Like I think I made a friend. I'm gonna follow you on Periscope and meet Reddit. Yeah, let's keep talking. Alright, also for the questions. Yeah, let me know what questions, maybe technical questions you got from your users, and we can either answer that in written form or maybe video form. But we definitely want to answer all the questions that you may have collected from your audience. Just to be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
And yeah, that's all I had for you. I don't have any more questions. I'm excited to get ready to get using the software. But yeah, like if anybody has any questions and they leave them in the comments, I'll email them to you guys and see if you can't get them answered for some people if I can't answer them.
Awesome, that sounds great. Cool. Well, thanks, Blake. You have a great rest of the day. Hopefully it stays sunny over there for a long time, and hopefully the sun comes out here in California. Yeah,
for sure. Alrighty, man. Well, it was nice to meet you. I really appreciate you doing this, and we'll keep in touch. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk again soon.
Awesome. See you later.
Bye.